We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Lynsee. This is my world. First things first, if you're new to the channel and you've never been here before, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, have my notifications turned on. That way you never miss a video from your girl. Today, I want to continue on with my truth series, which kind of just takes you guys into my life a little bit more and we can get a little personal. If you guys watched the first 2 episodes of my truth series, then you might have a little bit of a better understanding of who I am as a person and where I came from. So if you didn't check those out, you should probably check those out first. I want to get into more of the progress that I've made behind trying to find my biological parents, trying to connect with my biological mother, because I'm more interested in connecting with her than the father for some reason. I don't know what that is. It might just be like a woman thing, but I've never really had the urge to want to meet my biological father, but I've always wanted to meet I can't talk. But I've always wanted to meet my biological mother just to see where I came from. So this is an interesting story, but I was on YouTube. I came across this guy's channel. I believe his name was Dan. I have reached out to him, but I noticed that on his thumbnail he had a similar chair as the one that I was in when I took that picture with my foster mother as a baby in the orphanage. So I was like, I clicked on it and found out that he was also adopted from the same orphanage. And I also noticed on his video that he went there and he was able to meet his foster mother and go inside of the facility. So it was kind of cool for me to see like where I was as a baby for 6 months. I'll actually leave a link for his video in my description box in case you guys want to check it out. I recently have been in touch with the orphanage just to kind of get a better understanding of like what approach to take, and it's been a lot of back and forth. I remember my first email, I had to submit some documents just to prove that I wanted to connect with my biological mother, and it's a whole other animal trying to reach a biological mother that is not in the United States, because you have to go through their government, you have to go through the police, and they have to find the address of where they're living. Once they found the address, they sent a telegram, and they have to physically accept the telegram for the contact to even begin, or for them to even know that I'm trying to contact them. So that was sent out, and it was kind of a bummer because I guess they didn't accept the telegram or what have you, and they weren't able to make contact. So the orphanage has just, the orphanage/adoption agency, they've just been trying to send the telegram repeatedly.
The mother of this child is reluctant to leave the birth on record, which means she's likely to end up in an orphanage.
Domestic adoption isn't common in South Korea. It's actually considered a taboo, as is giving birth out of wedlock. Mothers that do are often ostracized and face discrimination.
They told me via email that they've been trying to send a telegram multiple times and they haven't accepted it. So for me, it's kind of discouraging, because I'm like, maybe they just don't want to have any contact with me, which is really hard to accept or like take in, I think. But a part of me is also like, I don't believe that. What if it's not the correct address or something? Or I don't know. I've just had so many questions and things that are still kind of running through my mind about the whole situation. But this last time they told me that they tried again and they weren't able to make contact. But I also found out something that I didn't know my entire life. And I also don't know how accurate this is, but they told me that my biological parents are married, and from the paperwork that came over with me when I was adopted, it said that they weren't married, and that the mother separated from the father before I was even born. So she wasn't capable of raising me alone because she didn't have the funds to, or she just didn't have enough money to be able to raise a baby. That is what the paperwork said when I came over to the United States. But in this recent email, they told me that they're married and the address is still the same. So then I was like, okay, well then it must be the correct address. It's really confusing for me, and it's hard. Like sometimes when I'm emailing, the language barrier is also there too, because the English isn't written like perfectly, so it can be a little confusing sometimes and difficult to communicate. But that was new to me. And then I also found out that they have 3 daughters, apparently. I'm also not sure how accurate that is, but this is just the news that I'm getting in through emails. And as soon as I found that out, my heart just kind of dropped, and I was like, wow, what if I really do have 3 sisters out there somewhere that look like me? Or like, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of exciting. It's also kind of sad, because what if they are married and they have 3 daughters that are all grown up now, because I would obviously be the youngest one. And they're all in Korea and they're all together. It's kind of like, oh, I guess I just wasn't, I don't know. I guess they just couldn't keep me. They told me they didn't have enough money to be able to raise me. So that appears to be the primary reason why I was adopted, just not having enough money to take care of me. Which, I guess I could understand, like if you already have 3 kids, it could be pretty difficult to try to raise a baby then. But I'm also not completely giving up on the possibility of meeting her. I think there may be a little bit of hope out there. But yeah, I think I would actually have to go to Korea at some point, which I would really like to. I'd like to take Taejin there, just to, even if I don't meet her, just to be able to experience the culture. I have heard that there are other adoptees who they'll let go within the same group. It'll be like a large group of adoptees that go over there, and they do all of these different activities and experience the culture. And they have kind of like a guide who's there to help translate as well if you don't know Korean already, which for me is a big thing. If I were to go there, I would want somebody there with me who could translate everything. Otherwise, I think it would be really difficult just to navigate and communicate with people and really get the full experience. But those are just my thoughts on that lately, and some of the things that I've recently discovered that I thought I should share with you guys, because you know that I put out my adoption story in like the first episode. So I just want to keep you guys updated and let you know that I recently found out that I apparently have 3 sisters. And this is crazy to me. I'm still trying to take it in or even know if it's like accurate. A lot of people have been telling me that I should take one of those 23andMe or like DNA ancestry tests, which I am thinking about doing. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about those kind of things, so they kind of freak me out, to be honest. Lastly, I just want to thank one of you who suggested getting this book, Primal Wound. Thank you very much. It's very interesting and it's really helping to understand things a little bit better. So thank you very much for recommending this. I got so much good feedback from that video, and even a lot of you who responded telling me that you were also adopted from Korea, and it just made me feel so welcomed and not so like vulnerable, like I was just releasing this whole piece of me that I've never shared before. So thank you so much for all of the good feedback, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Sign up for my 30 Days to Your Summer Body Challenge. This includes a 7-day free trial of the Body by Lynsee app, full weekly workouts, healthy recipes, and my free ultimate healthy eating and lifestyle plan. You will also have a chance to win a 14-day custom training and meal plan with me. All you have to do is sign up at bodybylynsee.com and download the app today.